This is a Metroid Fusion Randomizer race. We will have CZeke versus AgentKlunk. This is game 3 for them, as they have both previously won a race. I am Luna Leica. I'll be one of your commentators. And for those new to Randomizer, basically we take all the missile expansions, all the power-ups like Morph Ball, Screw Attack, Plasma Beam, and we shuffle all of them around with some limitations. These limitations are to ensure that the game can still be completed without the use for any glitches, out of bounds, or anything like that. Now, they'll be going through the intro text pretty shortly, but they need to do some things in order to get to the ending. They need to find missiles, charge beam, and plasma beam. These are required in order to defeat the SAX and the Omega Metroid at the end of the game. However, they also need to open level 4 locks. Level 4 locks require them to have additional items on top of that, most prominently the gravity suit, due to level 4 locks being opened up in an area filled with water. And you need a gravity suit in order to move normally. Right now, our runners are on their way to the first item check by climbing up to the main deck. There are 3 possible items from this. They can find missiles, Morph Ball, or Speed Booster. All 3 of these items will be able to grant them access to the main elevator section, where each of these sectors can be reached from. So we are going to see shortly which of the 3 starting items they are going to have. And it looks like we have missiles. It's missiles, they only have 1 path they can take. Because missiles are the normal item you start with when playing the game normally, they have to go this direction in order to go after Arachnus. An energy tank early on. This is very useful to have a couple energy tanks, just in case they decide they are going to chance going into a heated room in order to get an item early, without the suits that would prevent the damage. It also grants us some general safety to have the extra health.
Alright.
Hello? Now we have Jaeger here.
Much better. Sorry, I had to unplug and replug in my mic. Morph Ball. Alright. Missiles and Morph Ball start. Okay. It's a pretty standard start so far.
Yeah. They technically could just leave, but if they end up that something good is on Arachnus, they need to have a long trip back if they already got all the items. Got AgentKlunk on the core now. Oh, ZekeGame unlucky. Not a single green egg spawning when the core first appeared.
Oof. But rewarded with Wide Beam.
That means they don't have to worry about Wave Beam later on. Which, without Wide Beam, the Wave Beam can be a downgrade in a lot of scenarios. Because it's harder to hit things.
Speaking of beams, shoutouts to SpeedGaming being flexible and adding in some additional icons for the tracker mid-tourney. It's been very helpful.
Yeah. So with Arachnus down, both runners are going to be making their way down to the main elevators. And a lot of energy tanks in this early game.
We didn't really know when the tournament was starting that Ice Beam kind of hides the plasma beam, so we would never know whether or not it was obtained.
Yeah, it looks like both runners opting to go to Sector 1 first since they have Morph Ball and Missile. And Klunk took a safety save, but with CZeke feeling confident going forward without it due to their high amount of energy tanks they already have. Yet another energy tank. This is a very comfortable amount of health to have for our runners, especially this early. A lot of things that could be risky or dangerous because of high damage enemies are going to be more damage rooms too. It's going to be much safer.
I'm somewhat surprised this is a common play to go behind this save station first because it's a little bit closer to the way out of the sector. And we got, what was that, Wave Beam on Klunk's side?
I believe so. But I can understand that
And
play.
charge.
Since if you don't have Speed Booster yet and it ends up being Speed Booster, it saves you time having to loop back around for one item check.
True, yeah. And we've had Speed Booster in that save room before. So.
Yeah. Now, both runners have Charge Beam, one of the 3 required items for the final bosses of the run. All those energy tanks and spares coming in handy for Zeke. They're dipping into the lava.
It's kind of funny, they have only 75 health out of their allotted 599 capacity at the moment. And yet that's actually not that much different from any percent.
Yeah.
So it looks a lot scarier than it probably should be. Although hitting a pirate, any of these pirates will do 42 damage, so if you have less than 83 health, you die in 2 hits.
Yeah. So there's still some small risks. As long as they don't get overly reckless, they will be fine. A plasma beam already as well. Sector 1 having very, very good items.
They're almost fully powered. Got everything but ice.
There's still gonna be a few things they need, but they have so much good stuff. It's gonna really help them along.
Yeah, you know, I don't know why beams are even on the tractor. You could clearly see what beams they have.
There's plasma for Zeke as well. And even though they have all this stuff already, they're still gonna have to check everything possible for what they still need. There's only one real option on where to go after Sector 1, and that's gonna be Sector 2 to open up blue doors.
And welcome SpeedGaming 2. Hope that match went well. It was there was another fusion tourney match going on shortly before this. I don't want to spoil it in case like people are watching on YouTube or something, but yeah, this has been a pretty packed week for tournament matches for Fusion Rando today, or this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a pretty packed week today.
There is an item behind the Kago, and they're going for Kago jump.
This is a very tight wall jump into possibly a frame perfect, maybe near frame perfect turnaround. So not surprising they're bailing after a few attempts.
Yeah, but they're definitely going to have to keep that item in mind for when they are able to get to it now. Zeke still has not taken his safety save.
One thing to note about wall jumps is you could kind of pull away from the wall a little bit before wall jumping, like maybe 2 pixels or so. I'm not sure, although I'm not entirely sure if that helps so much. I think mostly you need height. I don't know. Actually, no, I think distance makes a difference.
Klunk has the level 1 security open.
It's Spacer Beam.
Now, so does Zeke. And Speed Booster, that is a very useful item to find. That opens up a lot of options for them.
Including the item behind the Kago.
Indeed. Which you're probably going to be getting that right now. Resetting their sparks, they were worried about losing it. And
bonking because they were worried about success. I don't know.
Yeah. Looks like they're either going to use the rooms up here for a speed booster, or they'll come back for it. No, they're using the upper rooms.
Definitely don't want to leave a major behind when it's right here. Zeke also. Oh. So Zeke is also missing the speed boost and is gonna have to come from the save station to get the spark.
Now they too are going to have space jump. Overall, R2 having similar paths thus far. Klunk on their way to Sector 4. Both players saving in different sectors at the same time.
I like the Sector 4 play with Speed Booster. They can do pretty much everything here, especially with Space Jump.
I don't think they have bomb data though.
Oh, good point.
But they are able to get this item over here. It's going to be missiles for the both of them.
So they can do pretty much everything except for this missile. But it does kind of make sense if you get Wave Beam. This is in logic, and it has historically had a pretty high chance of items.
And Zeke doing a reset after seeing that it was only a missile rather than walking back out. Which is actually helping them out here, because now they've been taking a very similar route, and now they're very close together. I say as they now take a divergence. I'm curious. Oh, they didn't check before going down the elevator what this item was. I'm curious why they reset again after seeing that.
Yeah, at that point it would have been faster just to go down the elevator, but it's probably not that much difference.
Klunk losing the speed booster while going for the heated room use. And this time opting to just check below here first. Find an energy tank. They contemplated leaving behind, but they decided to grab it anyways.
I wonder if they're thinking about Sector 6 without Varia. That's an option sometimes.
Is Zeke opting to leave it behind? Feeling confident with what they have so far? So, both runners now looking to set up for Speed Booster through the heated room. Funky gets it. So does Zeke.
Bombs, there it is.
There is the bombs. So of course, both runners checking this launcher here because they just got the item required.
Yeah, so Klunk is getting a few extra safeties, whereas Zeke is trying to pass them up and save a few seconds here and there. They're winding up really close together. This is really interesting.
Zeke getting the high up speed booster. So it's a very close race overall with very similar routing overall. Not like there's been a whole lot of chance for them to separate yet, but that is about to change now that the green doors are open. This makes the rest of Sector 3 available, and also opens up 5 and 6. Although 5 is not really truly available yet, due to the cold without Varia suit. And Zeke finding a major with the gravity suit.
and Klunk finding gravity suit as well. They're so close. Zeke is almost leaving without these two Nova Stairway items. He does remember it last second.
Just a pair of powerbomb tanks, though. Not really anything worth grabbing. Oh!
This is a divergence. We got AgentKlunk opting to check on opting to open this door and run back.
I think they decided after doing it that it wasn't actually, unless it was a major, it would not be worth it at all. Because they only have one item they can check without power bombs in that direction. Hi, Vox. Bye, Vox.
Yeah, without super missiles, or, well, missile upgrades in general, they're not going to be defeating Box right now. They could with the charge beam. It's just, it would take a while.
Yeah, not the most convenient approach. Varia suit being found by Zeke.
Well, so much for Sector 6 Variolus.
Yeah. So
I wonder, Klunk seems to be more thorough, so it might fight Box.
Powerbomb data, with a powerbomb check right there, too.
So Klunk, with these extra missiles, is going to be able to take care of Box fairly quickly. Not as quickly as they would with super missiles, but it's faster than just charge beam. It'll take 30 regular missiles. So having only 25, they're going to need to supplement some beam shots.
Yeah, it looks like Zeke opting to wrap back around to get this powerbomb check. Since the powerbomb prevents you from grabbing ledges, they had to kind of wait for the entire explosion to finish for it.
I'm guessing one more shot with the charge beam.
It looks like Zeke's setting up to go to the left, I think.
Box is running away, it knows. Get him! Okay, 2 more shots.
It's slightly more durable than you would think.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm just not used to how weak the charge beam actually is when it only hits for 1 frame. Or the charged plasma beam.
Yeah, Zeke opting not to go all the way to the wide core X and only checking the powerbomb item. Klunk getting rewarded with a missile tank for their effort. That was a lot of time spent on the box. Zeke ended up accidentally running just a little bit too far with that spark. I believe that Klunk is about to get their power bombs now.
I think they could go down to that lava maze. Okay. That side hopper is having a blast there.
They're probably going to check the 2 checks up above, and they might decide to go to the because they have the power
Just a power bomb here in the early power bombs in the main deck, and we're gonna get an animals check as well. I'm getting some Sector 6 checks with the speed booster. Going to be able to destroy this barrier without super missiles, which is you would normally use, but that is a speed strat or a backup strat for speedruns. Ice effect to missiles. Another major here in Sector 6. Oh, on both sides. Diffusion on the left, screw attack on the right. Who's happier? I don't really know. Screw attack unlocks a lot of checks. They could continue on into Sector 6. I don't know if they want to. Well, it seems they're not going to. Zeke getting this Shine Spark through the speed boost blocks, just for a little bit extra swag. Not entirely necessary, but that's good. So Gravity was in Sector 2 behind the Kago. Or lower Sector 3? I thought that was... Wait. Oh, right. You're right. Okay, lower Sector 3. What was behind the Kago? There was something behind Kago. It was Space Jump? It was Space Jump. Okay.
Yeah, Space Jump was behind Kago.
Right, Gravity was lower Sector 3. Vario was upper Sector 3. And, yeah, Diffusion in the maintenance tunnels in the main deck, and Ice and Screw Attack in Sector 6, the first 2 items. So actually, that is go mode for Klunk, isn't it? That was a play of plays. Super missiles would be nice, but they can make do with just their ice missiles. It'll do 20 damage per shot as opposed to the 45 that you would have in vanilla. So it'll probably take, I want to say like 14 shots versus 6.
Thanks to having everything they need, they're able to just go through things while Zeke is still trying to get checks to try and find what they're missing.
Although Zeke might be in pseudo go mode themselves. They're just looking for a little extra firepower, I suppose. I'm not so sure.
Oh, only hitting the one block, unfortunately.
Yeah, without high jump, it's kind of a tight jump.
Here we have Klunk on their way up the main elevator to the main deck. They will take the shortcut up here thanks to having the screw attack.
Zeke just double checking that the other paths through the maze don't work. They do in fact not work. Thank you, Zeke.
Now we have Klunk going up the elevator.
Space jump without high jump. It's a little bit gross, but yeah, they are about to finish the game. They won't have to deal with it much longer.
They get a safe fight, which very understandable.
Yeah, interestingly, without the diffusion missiles, their missiles don't move quite so fast, so it would be considerably tighter for the freezing strat unless they were close up, which is also kind of scary and something people don't usually practice.
Now they're on the ice core. They just have to take their time and get a lot of shots thanks to what their current loadout is.
Yeah, this will take a while. Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Alright. Zeke just getting back to the upper four. As Klunk activates the propulsion system. The only adversary that Klunk has remaining is the Omega Metroid.
And you know, sometimes in these races, you get one player making the right call and the other one just like floundering for a while. But they both made a play that gave them go mode. They're completely different plays. And in this case, Klunk's play was just more convenience.
Getting a speed boost, getting through most of that hallway.
That's good enough. And also knowing you only need to go to a certain point and then just run back to trigger the Omega Metroid. You just need the screen to scroll all the way, right?
I believe so. It's like having fun pressing a lot of buttons while the cutscene is going on. Makes Samus look every which way. Zeke now against SAX, while Klunk is fighting the Omega. And there goes the Omega. The victory missiles. So that is time for Klunk entering the ship.
GG's. That was a really fast one today.
Yeah.
Official race time of 35:13.
Oh,
And welcome in.
What a seed!
Right?
And now we have AgentKlunk here in the chat.
Might have been the second or third fastest time.
Really? So I picked up Various Suit, I picked up Power Bombs. That immediately told me, Sector 6. Go to Sector 6. I'm really glad I went to Sector 6.
Yeah. So your opponent did not go to Sector 6 and found an alternative go mode in the main deck. In the maintenance hallway, they found ice diffusion missiles. So they were in go mode themselves. But it wasn't quite as fast a go mode. They still had to do a lot of charging of the missiles and a lot of extra checks, hoping for a high jump or a screw attack or something that would have helped. But no, they're...
Did he find Space Jump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For a while, you two had very similar routes for most of it.
Oh wow.
He's actually just activating the orbit change right now.
Okay, so he was
escape.
kind of on my heels.
Kinda, yeah.
Bit.
And throughout the beginning of the race, it was really interesting because you were so close together. I think you had the better execution, but he was skipping a couple of the minors, like a few items he was just skipping out on. He skipped a missile tank, he skipped an E-tank, and you got both of them, and you were kind of even, like, as a result.
I cannot wait to watch the replay of this, because I imagine it'd be pretty crazy to look at.
Yeah, and then he skipped Box because he didn't quite have the ammo for it, and pulled considerably ahead from that. Unfortunately, Box didn't have anything for you.
No.
And then just wound up getting the slower go mode.
Okay. Yeah, I almost was like, I probably shouldn't fight Box, but there's always the chance that he might have the one thing I need to get out of Sector 4. Because at that point, we were looking for one of three items. Screw Attack, Ice Beam, or Diffusion Missiles. Because we had Wave Beam, Ice Beam would have allowed us to get out. So it was a massive, like, chance of getting the item we needed, because that's three items instead of just a couple. So
yeah.
Right now, Zeke on the Omega Metroid.
Now, my personal opinion, I think I would prefer to have found Ice because it would have tightened up the hitbox on my beam for Omega. But
yeah,
otherwise, that was holy crap. That was one of the fastest seeds I've ever done. I've had some pretty fast ones, but this one was quick.
Zeke's in a bit of danger here. It's pretty close to beating the Omega. Just like one more stagger and it'll be dead. There it goes.
Yeah. After not quite aligning himself himself he decided to just take it safe since his health was low. And that
As soon as I saw
fine
him-
for Zeke.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
So when I was fighting Omega, and I saw that I was almost done. I was like, I'm going for it. I'm just gonna spam my last couple shots to try to get it down, and it paid off. Oh, here he comes.
Yeah, we'll be having Zeke joining us shortly.
Zeke,
And-
GG, welcome.
Thank you. So
Eh?
I'm gonna guess Klunk, that you either found super missiles or were much more confident that you had enough.
So I went to Sector 6 as soon as I found power bombs, and I found screw attack behind the barrier.
You had that?
Yep.
Okay, well that explains everything.
Ice missiles
That's the
and
master key to this game.
Yeah. Oh, that from what the commentators have told us, that was a really close race for most of it. Like we were neck and neck the entire time.
Nice. Those are the most fun to watch.
Oh yeah, this seed was crazy. Like we got Morph Ball before Arachnus, and then Arachnus just straight up gave us Wide Beam, and then super early Plasma. I think that was on Charge Core X, and I was like, holy crap!
Yeah.
Yeah, Sector 1 was loaded.
It
and this
definitely
time
was.
I tried my genius play of going to Sector 4 as soon as I got Wave Beam again, but this time it didn't work.
We both did that.
Oh, did we? Cool.
Yep.
Yes.
You both made like every decision the same until Sector 3.
Wow.
Well, that's great. I look forward to watching the VOD.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, like there are minor differences in when you check certain things, but overall,
Nice.
I'm really glad that this was our tiebreaker. That it was a fast seed where it was neck and neck, like a true tiebreaker.
Yeah, that's perfect.
No one got randoed. No one got like screwed over by like, oh, I pathed bad, like I did in the first race, because that was atrocious. The first race.
Yeah, I have watched the first race now, and I feel bad for you. You really should have had that one.
Yeah.
still sub 40 minutes and still second. What does it take to win in this randomizer?
Yeah, good question.
Pure blind luck, guts, and pathing.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck in the future matches. I believe those opponents are known at this time. I think they just had their race beforehand.
Okay.
I have to go against Army of Wand in my next bracket, so I'm looking forward to that.
And Zeke, I believe you have French Lightning John to face.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's the beauty of
I'm not
double
mistaken.
elimination. One doesn't knock you out.
Nope.
Well, that was fun. That whole 3-match was fun.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
This entire seed, I was just pumped. I was like, oh boy, we got a jet seed. I bet you don't, we got a jet seed.
Yep. And I was really hoping against hope that my diffusions would be the key that put me over you, but screw attack. Man, I never had a chance.
Oh yeah. Or if I had gotten Ice Wave, that would have been insane.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for racing. Hope you had fun.
We did.
Oh, I definitely did. See you guys in the next race.
Yep. See you next
Yeah,
minute.
we'll look forward to
Great,
seeing you
great.
next time.
And definitely huge shout outs to our tournament organizers and all the SpeedGaming staff working with us to put this show on. It's, we've been learning a lot over this past week, and it's been a lot of fun. There's so much content.
Yeah, and there's plenty more fusion races to come, so keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, thanks Luna for joining on commentary, and thanks my microphone for eventually cooperating with me. And thanks everyone in the chat for watching. We will see you all next mission.
Yep.